me to welcome you to the new podcast, episode number 135. My name is Steven. I am joined as always by producer and co-host with the most, my man, Kelly. Let's get to it.
It's like confused Scooby-Doo.
I was thinking a Home Improvement.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Oh man,
That was like spot on, Tim Allen.
Oh sweet.
With less blow.
Nice.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Took a little hiatus here, just to you know what I mean, just to clear our minds, rejuvenate, fucking meditate, getting it done here. We ain't going anywhere. Loving the show still, loving and doing with my homie Kelly, and back in the saddle again. Here we are, folks. Tons of shit to get to. Obviously, and that's what I was thinking about earlier today here, Kelly. Just with, always the beginning. I always talk about it, kind of the fall. Especially end of September. That's like the real sports month. Football starting and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That we never talk about the end of it. It's playoff time now. The playoff, football playoffs are full swing with the AFC and the NFC championship going down today. Tons of football news. Obviously, a huge game that just ended as we came in the CONCACAF qualifying. Canada crushing ya Yanks. Go back to Atlanta. Go back to L.A. and go get your ass back to New York, America, because we just whooped your ass 2-0. Take that.
Those some nice places, though.
Yeah, I know. They can go back there and enjoy them.
You go back and enjoy your nice place. I'll be dealing with the rain.
And snow.
And snow.
Huge win for Team Canada just as I came in. What a game that was, man, oh man. Basically sealed the deal to go to the World Cup. Huge news, with, just how long it'd been the fucking 80s since the last time Canada even qualified for the World Cup. Damn. And this time this team looks actually pretty good. Like they actually could get a win in the World Cup. So huge announcement on that one. Just as I was coming in, the game had ended at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's like that means anything. It's Sunday today. Tons of news going down though, man. It's what fights are going crazy. We had a ton of fights this weekend with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Kelly. Eagle FC makes its debut. Bellator has its first event of the year. And we had my favorite Road to WrestleMania event in the WWE, the Royal Rumble. Very disappointed by the outcome, but I was not disappointed by the event. We will touch base and break it all down at the end of the show here, so stay fucking tuned. I guess you don't have to stay glued into your seat, because you could be walking around listening to this, right? You could have downloaded on Spotify. That's what I do. I download on Spotify and take it on my travels. I'm back on the bus. I'm back on the bus and the SkyTrain, which I'm really enjoying. I downloaded a new game. I'll break that down as well to play during transit. A classic, but very amazing that it is on the phone. I'm definitely going to be investing in one of those controllers that you have, Kelly. Nice. Just because of that reason. Playing on a screen is whack.
Yeah, I totally agree. I will not buy any mobile games that do not have the controller support now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm playing.
I'd have to double check. I'd have to double check if this game does have it. But I'm
playing quite a few games now.
I'm sure it does.
I have all the GTAs, Rush Rally 3, Rush Origins. There's Call of Duty. Just Street Fighter I have, like all these games that all have, they all have
sold.
Mobile support, like the controller support. It's a bunch of good games, man.
I'm sold. Yeah, I definitely. I'm gonna wait till it goes on sale. But yeah, nothing but shit to get to, especially with this amount of time off. Man, oh man, did I ever have to weed out all the major announcements? And boy, oh boy, do I ever have a ton of announcements to get to this week. What about you, Kelly? What'd you get up to this weekend, man?
Not really much this week. Just a lot of lifting. I'm starting to take it more and more serious.
Nice.
And I set some goals, but I don't talk about my goals. It's because I feel like people who talk about the goals and what they want to accomplish, it almost gives them a sense that they already accomplished it. You know what I mean? I'd rather get there and show people what I accomplished. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't really like to talk about it too much, but
I like that strategy.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in a good place right now, and I'm set up to do some good things with just lifting in the future. So
no, I like that strategy. Keeping your nose to the grindstone, just keeping your head down and pushing hard, not to hit a bar or a line or anything, but just pushing hard, just because deep down inside you have to just keep getting better and better and stronger. That's what weightlifting's all about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Lifting more weight.
Yeah, seeing those numbers go up, man.
Yep.
There's like a reward system in your head where it just releases endorphins when you lift a heavy weight. It's nice.
For sure. No, it's going to the gym is very popular for that reason. You know what I mean? These things are fucking everywhere. Even through COVID, they managed to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's one reason only.
Also, people like to eat, and you bring in so much calories, and you're building muscle, which also burns more calories. So, like, the more you lift, the more you can eat, basically. Like, it's nice.
No, I was going to say the gyms are just for checking out sweet asses. Male or female. And don't get me wrong, I'm not discriminating against anybody. One thing that happens when you work out, your butt gets tight.
All right. Thanks, man.
You're very welcome. I've been doing a little bit of working on myself this week here, and we'll break that down. But without further ado, let's get to some MMA news. Tons of shit to get to. We'll get to one of the craziest signings that had happened in recent memory here. Junior Dos Santos Chicano signs with Triller and will be fighting on Triad 2, taking on the Bulgarian boxer and Kubrat Pulev, the same dude who knocked out Frank Mir. Will Junior Dos Santos fare any better for the MMA side here, Kelly, against a very tough, very stout dude, and a guy who is boxing through and through in Kubrat here? Mm. I don't know, man. Junior Dos Santos' chin, is he going to be able to throw anything at him that he hasn't seen already? And is those smaller gloves going to actually hurt him in this matchup rather than help him?
Yeah, I think he's going to do better than Mir. Just thinking back with his fight with Serial Gain, I think is how to pronounce it. Just think about that fight. He was getting kicked a lot. Like he has, I don't think his kickboxing is that good, but he always seemed to be like a good boxer once he can get in close. Obviously his jiu-jitsu was really good as well. But I think he was a good boxer. So I think, Mir, I think, sucked, honestly, at striking.
Big time.
Yeah, so I think he's going to do better than Mir. I don't think he's going to win, though. I think it's more of a payday.
Yeah, of course. I think if Kubrat's done his homework, I think he's just come in and rush and basically rush him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we've seen time and time again, Dos Santos, he kind of pauses a little bit when he does get flurried and, ends up getting dummied in the end of the day.
Yeah.
Either way, huge signing for him. Glad he can find another payday somehow here in this, this topsy-turvy world. I think it's the better choice than going to bare knuckle fighting. I think bare knuckle fighting, as much as they're paying, I don't think it's enough. You know what I mean? With the amount of brain damage you're going to get as opposed to at least some type of glove.
Everybody's getting that Diaz scar tissue too.
Oh, exactly.
It's like everyone's bleeding. It's crazy. Like, you got to take that into account too, because you're going to open up easier every time.
And your hands too.
Yeah.
Your hands are your bread and butter, and you're just when you smash it on someone's skull and hip and elbows unprotected.
Yeah, your knuckles are definitely gonna get fucked up.
Big time. That's your moneymaker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a short-lived sport.
It really is. It really is. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm realistic here in this one. I'm thinking Junior Dos Santos gets knocked out in the first round. But that's not even the best fight on the card here, Kelly. We also have Vitor Belfort in his second Triller fight, but first underneath the Triad banner against cruiserweight Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson, a for-real boxer. This ain't going to be a 100-year-old Evander Holyfield. This is going to be a dude who was only recently retired and has a record of 36-5 with 19 knockouts.
How long's the fight?
I think they're quick. I think they're 3-minute rounds.
Yeah, I want to know how many rounds, though, because, like, Vitor, he's going to come in fully juiced.
Yeah, so, big time.
You know, he's going to be TRT Vitor, but that Vitor, he can't maintain that for, like, a long, long time.
No.
So, you know, if the longer it goes, he's going to gas out, and he's going to get pieced up, probably.
I think so, too. I think so, too. Obviously, he usually does that. He comes in to one fight humble. The next fight he comes in cocky and ends up getting caught usually. I think that we've seen this from Vitor time and time again. I think he starts drinking his own Kool-Aid, gets knocked out. Yeah. Goes back to the humble pie, starts drinking his own Kool-Aid, gets knocked out. I've seen this guy's career since he was like 18.
So true.
You know, speaking of juiced up fighters, they also had, which I'm not even going to report on, is ONE FC was this weekend, and they also had a card during the week as well. These guys were looking juiced beyond juiced. Like you have to be, like they inject you with steroids before you go out, like blood sports style. That's what it looks like to me. Like everybody is jacked. Every single person, and then like not just like a little bit jacked, like flexing bodybuilder jack. You know what I mean? That's not the body of an MMA fighter.
Yeah,
it's and very that's weird
because you know, like fighting, it's not a sport where typically you're gonna pack on a lot of muscle because you're burning so much calories and you're building that fast twitch muscle, not the slow twitch. So to get to a certain size while like rolling around 4 hours a day, whatever. Yeah. And kickboxing, like that's a lot of fucking work to put on muscle as well.
Oh, big time. Big time. And I think from taking shots to your body builds that little bit of padding. Yeah. You know what I mean? It builds that padding up that, you know, where you don't see the ripness. Some people are just naturally ripped, but not everybody. Yeah. So that's why I thought it was weird.
It's ridiculous.
Back to the Triller Combat 2 card here, Kelly. We'll also see Joe Schilling versus Amir Mikanovich in a light heavyweight bout. Joe Schilling, the kickboxing standout with only not the great record in MMA, mostly fighting underneath the Bellator banner, and doing pretty good in kickboxing underneath the Glory banner. But you'll be fighting a boxer with a low record of 10-3 in Amir. And should be still interesting in either way. Another dude taking his talent to Triller, Jimmy Rivera, will be taking on Samuel Tia at featherweight. You know, Jimmy Rivera, so weird. The guy's 23-5. Had a really good record. Had some ups and some downs in the UFC, but still, the dude who was tough as nails. Gonna be taking on Samuel here, who has an 18-4-1 record, which includes 8 knockouts.
Damn.
So it should be tough for him. Normally a wrestler. Sam Cecilia moving over from bare knuckle fighting, coming over to Triller, but fighting a bare knuckle fighter in Dakota Linger here, who has a 12-5-3 record. Should be very interesting. A few women on the card as well, but nonetheless should be a great card to watch. I'm sure everyone will be tuning in, and that will be where the heck will this one be taking place here? Oh, Houston, February 26th is where it'll go down. So not too far away, about a month away. Tune in.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your advent calendars.
Buy advent calendars.
Yeah, throughout the year.
And then
that's actually a good idea.
Whenever you want to like mark down to something, you just use an advent calendar.
Yeah, advent calendar for the year. Huh. What would you have in it though? Like you could have like like small, like micro doses of like weed or mushrooms. Take it like before you go to work or something.
I'm gonna go with chocolate.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Mixed with mushrooms or weed.
Maybe edibles. Weed edibles.
Not for everybody. You could just have a normal one too, chocolate one. Exactly, different exotic chocolates. Or nuts. Concepts? Or nuts.
Or nuts.
Small bag of nuts.
Small bag of nuts. As your advent calendar.
Yeah, and then trail mix and different things like that. The possibilities are endless here, Kelly.
Nice.
We may have an opportunity. Don't steal that, people out there. We got on the show already. We're fine. Huge announcement in the 155-pound division of the UFC. We will see the belt go on the line where Justin, the highlight reel Gaethje, will be taking on Charles "Do Bronx" Oliveira May 7th, UFC 274. We finally get the fight that we want. Everybody out there saying Gaethje's got to fight this guy. Gaethje's got to fight this guy. Let the dude fight for the belt. Just give the fans what they want. You know what I mean? A dude who has, really, he has been the tough-nosed guy of the UFC since coming over from WSOF, never backing down from a challenge, and fight after fight after fight bonuses this dude does here. Just give him the opportunity. The division's kind of up in the air right now, too, with everything that's been going down, with obviously probably the exit of Dustin Poirier. And who knows what's happening with Conor. If he thinks he's going to leapfrog the list, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Tons of other dudes are already booked up here, so I think it really makes sense. And I don't think there's a single fight fan out there, Kelly, especially a UFC fight fan, that would say this is not a good fight.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. I know, May 7th. It's a ways away. I'm just hope no one gets hurt in this one here. But I got to ask you, Kelly, we got a lot of matchups coming up here. Who takes it?
Gaethje.
It's going to be hard to bet against that because I know Charles Oliveira loves to stand and bang, and I think that's a bad thing for him.
Yeah.
And Gaethje he's got good wrestling defense.
Yeah, good takedown defense.
Yeah, he does. It didn't work great against obviously Khabib, but few people do have good takedown defense against Khabib.
Good point.
That's just who he is exactly. But it's going to be a different beast. It's going to be a different beast. I can't wait to see the stare down. Another fight of two dudes who I really respect. Obviously, Poirier fighting him first. Now we see another respectable dude at 155 in Gaethje. I think they got to give Gaethje the fight too, because if they don't, he's going to walk. He's going to go somewhere else. I can guarantee that Triad has been knocking on his door. 100% guarantee bare knuckle boxing has been knocking on his door, because that's what this dude does. He stands and bangs, and that's just he's made a living on that. He obviously can't kick. I think kicking is an underrated part of his game in the UFC. But the one thing that isn't and is on everyone's mind is his punching power. Great announcement to be broken down. That's one of the newer ones to be broken down just recently, and we will see what happens with that, and how the rest of the card fills up. UFC 274 has his main event. Another big fight announcement will be coming out of the women's division here. And we will see Rose Namajunas defend her belt against Carla Esparza 2. Rematch will be going down here. First fight, I think, ended in a decision, if I could be mistaken here, Kelly. I'll have to look that up, but still, either way, this fight also makes 100% sense here, my man. She's Carla Esparza's, on one hell of a winning streak, and just steamrolling everyone in front of her. If you want to keep losing blue chip prospects or people who are winning streaks to Carla Esparza, keep doing it. Go right ahead. But eventually you'll have to give her a shot. So I think that's what the UFC had said. We got to give her her shot, or else she's just going to ruin the up-and-coming talent. And then, if she loses, she goes back down the list and has to start back down with the blue chip talent, the 9-1, the 10-1 people, the 10-0 people coming off the independent circuit. They'll be, once they knock on that door for the UFC, Carla Esparza will be answering it.
Fair enough.
I don't think we need to even ask Kelly who takes it, or myself, just because it's definitely, we are both huge Thug Rose fans.
There's different levels to the game, and she's good, but different level.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Especially, Carla has been winning with wrestling.
Yeah.
Rose is a good wrestler, great at wrestling defense, but obviously she has knockout power that we have not seen at the 115-pound division.
Yeah.
Last time they fought was 2014.
A long time ago.
Holy shit.
This isn't much of a rematch.
No, it really isn't. Point. Yeah, exactly. I think Thug Rose had hair. Yeah, she had hair last time they fought Kelly. I know, that's how long ago it was.
That's crazy.
I know. We have not seen her with hair in forever. Let's just take a look here on that fight here. Let's break it down here. 6 degrees of separation. Rose Namajunas. Obviously, your big 3 wins here. 2 off of Zhang. And then 1 off of Jessica Andrade. They lost to Jessica Andrade. The 2 over Joanna. The big win over Michelle Watterson. Oh, she has a loss to Carolina Kowalczyk by split decision back in 2016. Interesting. Where is he? She lost to Carla Esparza. My apologies. Yeah, she lost to Carla Esparza by a rear naked choke.
Whole new fight.
Interesting, of course. Yeah, in December 2014. So right at the end of 2014. Still.
It's kind of like, saying like back in the day that you fought when Robbie Lawler was champ. It's like, I fought him a long time ago. Yeah, he changed a lot.
And that was coming right off the show too.
Oh shit!
That was the show. I remember that. That was the winner got the belt. That was her fourth. Okay. That was her 4th professional fight too. Talk about growing up.
Yeah.
In the UFC. Mm-hmm. And before that, she fought in Invicta. So Rose Namajunas has been in the UFC basically her whole career. So that's Invicta is just that. Oh, she has her because she beat Alex Chambers, Joanne Calderwood, and Ronda Marcos on the show too. So she had some tough competition on the show as well. Totally forgot about that. It seems like it's fucking forever ago. COVID will do that to you.
It will.
Last 2 years have seemed like 20.
It seemed like 2 weeks. To flatten the curve.
Exactly. I remember saying that. Put that on. That one's on record. That one's on record. Oh, shit. Very interesting, though, and redemption will be on the mind of Thug Rose here going into that fight. Can't wait. In the words of Kelly, cannot wait. Next on the docket, we will see show favorite Gamebred Jorge Masvidal taking on Colby Chaos Covington. UFC 272 here, Kelly. The battle of Street Judas versus, I don't know what the hell Colby Covington calls himself.
Yeah, what does he... I don't know.
Yeah, he just has names for other people.
Yeah.
Here we go, man. Finally, we get to see a grudge match. I think this has to be for the BMF belt, though. I think you got to put it on the line. Or is Jorge just going to ride that belt forever?
Yeah, I think he's just going to ride the belt forever, honestly. I think Kobe's going to win this fight.
I think he has a really good chance. You know what I mean? His wrestling is, on point, especially, to go as far as he did with Kamaru Usman. Mm-hmm. And just, even though Jorge did go the distance on the first fight, the second fight obviously was a much different story. Mm-hmm. Has fame gotten to Jorge Masvidal? I think it has to have a little bit. The dude, he's the second, he's the step down from Conor McGregor. And sometimes some stats you look at, he's actually done better numbers than Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. He's obviously not as controversial as he is, but at the end of the day, I think he's made a lot of money with the UFC. He has made a ton of money with the UFC. Does he really have to fight as much as he used to? I don't think he does. If you follow him on social media, he's always posting pictures in the training, but really, so a lot of dudes show up to training and just do a few laps, do a little bit of light rolling, and that's it.
Yeah, it's just to keep their ad revenue and shit.
Yeah, exactly, exactly right.
GSP still does it, and he's not even fighting.
Oh, exactly, tons. I know. There was a workout video of him on the beach the other day. I think it was just like yesterday, like saying how much he likes working on the beach.
And it's like, for what? It's like, I just love it. Anyways, buy my shit.
Exactly. And especially up in here in Canada, we see a lot more ads of GSP. He's selling boots.
Yeah.
And, betting websites and
crazy.
Tons of different shit. Yeah. Can't blame him.
He's like a Canadian idol, though. Kind of like Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, he's definitely the 170 Canadian, MMA Wayne Gretzky for sure. There was a period of time where he was super unbeatable, and if it wasn't for that blemish to Matt Serra.
To both the Matts.
Yeah, to both the Matts. But still, the Matt Serra one, that really derailed him. Yeah, that really derailed him.
It's like, if Matt Serra can beat you, anybody can.
Yeah, pretty much.
But nobody realized how good Matt Serra really was.
Yeah, of course.
He won the comeback.
Yep.
And, those weren't like new fighters. Those were like veterans of the game. And he beat all of them to fight GSP. It wasn't like he just got that chance because he beat a bunch of bums. Like, they were all pretty good fighters. So.
I love that season. Love that season. Shoney Carter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a great season. And the fact that the dude who won got a title shot was even better, too. That was amazing.
I think we said that they should do that again.
Yeah, we've talked about it all the time. Absolutely. Yeah. Travis Lutter, getting a shot against, Anderson Silva and almost winning, amazing. Too. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Both those guys could have won.
Yeah, they could have. I know.
Keep them hungry.
Yeah, keep them hungry. Absolutely. That was a great season. Mikey Barnett, I think it's Burnett or Barnett. He ended up he got super drunk. Mm-hmm. Dude who had bit his tongue in half.
Oh shit!
From getting not on the show, but he has like half a tongue because he bit it from getting punched in the head. He put a helmet on and ran into a brick wall and fucked his spine up really bad.
Oh,
and he tried to because he got during the show because he got so drunk.
Yeah.
And he just put a helmet on, like just a plastic helmet, and ran into a brick wall and fucked his back up. Tried to sue UFC. I think he actually got. I think they settled outside of court.
Dude, that reminds me. I saw a video. It was like a amateur basketball game, and this guy got super pissed. And he ran his head into the basketball post.
Oh my
god! And he fractured his spine, and he was paralyzed after that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he just fell like a bag of bricks. It was crazy.
Holy moly!
They had to pick him up. He was completely limp. Yeah,
don't paralyzed. Use your head to hit things.
Yeah, man.
Wowzer.
Especially I'm angry. I'm gonna headbutt something that's made of steel. Oh, fuck.
We went off topic, though. We were talking about Jorge.
That's true.
Masvidal versus Colby Covington.
That's true.
It's going to be a great matchup either way. I got to go with my man. Game Red. I think he's going to pull up the upset. I think he's going to test his chin and put him down. But if he lets Colby get too close constantly, it's going to be a long night. If there's one thing Jorge is not good off of is his back. He is terrible off his back, and one thing that Colby loves doing to people is putting them on their back.
I think Colby's going to come in with better cardio and stronger. He's going to have both the advantages in the strength and cardio. So it's really going to come down to skill.
Of course. He looked really good against Usman. He didn't look small against Usman, and he looks like he had a gas tank that could have won another 5 rounds.
Yeah. But then again, Jorge has that knockout power.
Yeah. He's got a decent gas tank, but when you've had a guy on top of you, just wrestling and grounding you out for 2, 3, 4 rounds, that just say goodbye to your gas tank. Yeah. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
That one will be going down UFC 272. Very excited for that one. And another card that the UFC is trying to really bolster here. I think they're keeping their cards close for the rest of the year, obviously, and just trying to fire them out here quickly for this event because I don't think they expect Conor McGregor to be back this year.
I don't think so.
I don't think he does. It's not really not much of the rest of the card though with this one here as of right now, especially for being not having a title fight for a UFC event. So maybe they do put the BMF belt on the line. Edson Barbosa versus Bryce Mitchell's on this one.
You know what the problem is for Conor?
What's that?
It's like if he steps into the ring, he can lose, he can break shit and whatever, and he's getting paid way more not fighting with all his other shit going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's chump change for him to go in there and he can get beat up. Like, what's the motivation, really?
Absolutely.
Other than just being, like, making a name for yourself. But I think he's starting to realize that, if he steps away now, he can just say, oh, I broke my own leg. If he goes back in there, he's going to get beat up again.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Who knows how hurt you get? You know what I mean? Anything, any one of these fights can be career-changing for anybody.
Yeah. And then, like, how long it's taken him to recover from his leg. Like, he's still not doing squats or anything. It's just like, I don't know, man. There's no motivation.
And that's beginning of March. So that's a month away, too. UFC 272. I agree, man. No motivation, but it's weird that you're saying Conor McGregor, because look at the listing here. You read the top line there. It says Colby Covington versus McGregor.
What the fuck?
Yeah, weird, eh?
What the fuck?
Huh.
For what is that? UFC?
Yeah, that's UFC. I think it's a typo. UFC. If you type in UFC 272, it says it's Covington versus McGregor. Huh. Weird. That's Wikipedia. Wikipedia has that for some weird reason.
Oh yeah, it must have just been some
typo. Weird. Yeah, because they do have it as a bout is Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. Wow. Maybe something's going to go. Maybe something's going to happen.
That's a good call.
Very interesting. Weird. Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? Does it say on your phone too?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Interesting. Either way, maybe we just broke the internet. We've seen the Illuminati is just placing these cards, and somebody's going to die tonight. Somebody linked that one. Somebody leaked it.
Shit.
Moving right along. We have a gigantic announcement in the 170-pound division with Khamzat Chimaev taking on Gilbert Burns. UFC 273, April 9th. Huge matchup at 170 for these dudes. Weird matchup, though. That's kind of why I wanted to bring this one up, though. Talk about, Khamzat, I think, is ranked 9th right now. And, Gilbert Burns is ranked 3rd at 170. And I like the matchup, but talk about a reverse of babying, Conor McGregor. They babied the shit out of Conor McGregor. And here they're giving Khamzat, they're giving him one of the toughest grapplers on the fucking planet. Mm-hmm. In Gilbert Burns. They aren't giving him an easy fight. That's for damn sure. But, I can't even remember, why wouldn't they give him a striker? You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas, Conor, they gave him, nothing but strikers on his way up. Mm-hmm. He's even still to this day. I think the last...
Chad Mendes.
That's what I was going to say. The last wrestler he fought was Chad Mendes. And that was fucking forever ago. Wrestler. At 145. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was fucking forever ago. That's the only dude I can think of. But here they are giving Khamzat, I guess, is this what he wants? Obviously, I think he just wants to fight anybody. But, they are not giving him an easy road to the top here. But that being said, he gets this when he gets the belt. He gets the belt shot, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. If you go through Gilbert Burns, you're definitely getting it. I think here's a good showing for him to use his striking. I want to see how they size up, because Gilbert Burns isn't a huge 170. He's wide as hell, but he's not that tall. I want to see how they size up, and I think Khamzat fucking towers over him.
Yeah.
Good matchup. It's going to be a very tough matchup coming down on UFC 273. Who do you think takes this one here, Kelly?
Oh, man. Well, the thing is, I haven't seen Khamzat versus anybody that I think is even in the top 5, top 10, really. So, I don't know, to see him against somebody like Burns.
Yeah.
This will be my determining factor on how I think he's going to fight in the future, I think. I don't know, it's so up in the air. It's kind of like when Conor started fighting, real talent.
Yeah. Like Jose Aldo.
Yeah, when he knocked out, then I was like, oh, okay, this guy's legit, right? But before that, I'm like, Jose might kick his ass.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it is very weird because he goes from fighting Xiling Li, the Leech, and before that before he got COVID he was out for a while. He fought Gerald Mearshkant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you go from Gerald Mearshkant, the Leech, and now you're fighting Gilbert Burns, who was just recently fighting for the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. So I can't even imagine how this is going to turn out. I've seen crazier things happen.
Yep.
But I mean, if I just had to pick one person right now based on what I've seen in the past, I'd have to pick Gilbert Burns. It's because he has a bigger pool of talent that he's actually fought.
Oh, big time. Absolutely. And tried and tested talent too.
Yeah.
He looked good against Usman before he got knocked out. He knocked Usman loopy too. And had a tough road to get to there as well. During the, he got kind of unlucky when COVID. He was getting all these, he was fired up and running, and then he got COVID too. You know what I mean? So it's one of those shitty things where his career was skyrocketing to the top, got a little bit delayed by COVID, and then he had to fight for the belt.
I thought Burns was going to beat Usman. So
me too. Yeah, me too. We'll find out who wins this one April 9th, Kelly.
I think that's when we kind of found out Usman was on a whole new level too.
For sure, yep, absolutely, because he came back and knocked out Gilbert Burns, where Gilbert Burns was just toying with the people before he fought. He really didn't look in trouble at any one of his other fights before that. And, Gilbert Burns is on another rise to the top here, too, so very interesting. Either way, whoever wins this is definitely going to book their ticket to the title shot, whether it be a rematch with Gilbert Burns or it will be the up-and-coming dude here that's just steamrolling, fucking bulldozing.
Come shot to my man.
Too easy.
Kobe's words.
Can you imagine if it was Khamzat versus Connor?
I think Khamzat would just maul Connor.
Yeah, because he's like a dude who comes down to 170 from 185, where
he's
Connor,
a big guy.
Connor is like just bloated as shit and on all the creatine to get to 170.
There is a reason why there's weight classes.
Yeah,
definitely. I think you just maul him like.
I think people just want to see that shit kicking happen. Is all. That's all. Oh, that about rounds up the news here. Any other? What about your working out stuff here, Kelly? What about any other workout shit you want to talk about, man? Any big gains you hit?
Not really. I mean, I've been doing some like body weight exercises too. Now I got some new gym equipment.
Nice.
Body weight shit is difficult because like when you're doing weights, right? It's just like, okay, I'm using a part of my body to like move, like I don't know, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever. When you're doing body weight shit, like I have to pick up my whole fucking body. Like I have no choice about how much weight it is, right? I think fucking you could probably get pretty jacked just doing body weight stuff yourself. But yeah, I got like a pull up dip bar. Like,
nice.
Doing all that stuff. Obviously I got the cables for like flies and shit like that. Like I got a whole bunch of new shit. Just working on my goals.
The best part about body weight, if you need to do a little bit extra, you know what I mean, just hold in your poo. Don't take a poo. Extra few pounds right there.
I never thought of that. Wouldn't it be more difficult?
Like, it'd be way more difficult.
Like a workout, like if you try not to poop yourself at the same time.
I'll tell you what though, I've never sweated as much as I've sweated when I'm holding in a shit. Especially as you know,
all kinds of muscles.
Exactly. Working your core.
Never thought of that.
There you go. Workout tip of the day. Holding your shit is considered working out, apparently.
Shit. That's too funny.
There you go.
Oh man, I want to get like an actual cable machine.
That'd be cool.
That'd be my next
Bowflex
purchase. Not really. I don't like Bowflexes are fine, but I always prefer real weight rather than.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're saying that. Yeah, because you don't know the extent of what you know. What I mean, of where that weight is. Where that weight is sitting.
Cables are good for like a lot of things, kind of like putting pressure on the end of your lift instead of beginning, because like with most weights, you like it's hardest at the bottom
for sure,
and then it's easy at the top. Where like cables, it's the opposite. So it's good.
Never thought of that.
Yeah, it's totally good for stuff like that. A lot of people actually put cables on their bench press, they'll wrap it around so that they're just doing both. So it's like
I've seen that before.
So it's always difficult, and that really like works your muscles and. Basically, when you're trying to get big, when you're trying to build that hypertrophy muscle, it all depends on pushing your muscle to that point where you cannot push anymore. Like pushing your muscle to failure. That's what's going to grow your muscle. More than anything else. More than any fancy exercises you see on Instagram, all those like bullshit like... plate exercises and stuff like that. You want to push your muscle to fatigue, and that's why you see gymnasts that are so fucking jacked, because they're doing push-ups until they can't do push-ups anymore. That's the whole thing. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. It's just you got to do it until you're like completely fucking done, and that's how you grow. But yeah, I don't know. I just been pushing myself as hard as I can, and yeah,
nothing is better than that.
Yeah,
I've been doing a ton of more stretching myself.
That's good.
I haven't been doing like my prison workout, but I've been doing like tons and tons of stretching, and back on the bus and back on the SkyTrain. So I'm doing a ton of walking, and I'm riding my bike again. Like the first few days obviously was a little bit rough. But I never gave up, and I knew like, okay, dude, you're super out of shape. You'll get through this, and I feel like I've lost 10 pounds of just straight water weight. You know what I mean? Like the out of shape overweight weight. I felt I've already shed. My pants are fitting better. I feel a lot better. Definitely liking it. I have no problem. It was even shitty the other day too. I'll drive when it's like super stormy. I'm like, okay, I don't need to take transit today. I got a vehicle. I don't need to take, you know what I mean? Sure, okay, I'll eat the 10 extra bucks for gas. And, but there was a fucking accident, and it took me just as long, if not longer, to get home if I would have just taken the train and the bus.
Oh shit, man!
You know what I mean? So it's got its pluses, and like I said, plus I just turn my tunes on. I'm not fighting traffic. I'm not watching dudes fucking cut me off. I'm not worrying about someone slamming on their brakes in front of me. I have my headphones on, listening to my music, playing my game, and I'm getting from point A to point B. And wearing a mask, I had to get back to getting back to used to that as well. And it was super hilarious, Kelly. And I really missed this part about the bus. I take like the nice bus. I don't take like the Surrey bus. I take like the bus that goes to Burnaby. So I take the Burnaby SkyTrain too, which is obviously nicer as well. I know I've taken them both. I've seen the worst of the worst, but. I was on the bus, and it's like this kid. He couldn't have been more than 20, Kelly. Couldn't have been if he was 20.
Yeah.
And he was listening to rap videos with graciously using the N-word on repeat, with no headphones on YouTube, throwing up gang signs to his phone, and like he was not. This lady, I'm not being that guy, but I'm just saying he wasn't black. He wasn't a black kid. He was a white kid. You know what I mean? So it was odd. He had his, and the best part about it though, Kelly, is he was drinking whiskey and orange juice and not just like lightly. It was like his first time he ever bought hard alcohol. That's what I'm saying. That's why it looks so weird, because it was like bottom of the shelf. Like I'd never heard of this whiskey brand when I saw the bottle. I'm laughing because he's drinking whiskey out of a Mickey and then chasing with orange juice. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell are you doing? Have you ever drank before?
He's thugging, obviously.
Whiskey and orange juice though? Oh. So the first sip is like the double sip of both the Mickey and the orange juice. And then after that, it was 4 chugs, whiskey, orange juice, 4 times. Couldn't believe it. That's just the joys of taking the bus. Seeing interesting stuff like that. But I'm feeling it from the little bit of bike riding and the tons of walking, because now I'm walking from the station to my work and then back. I'll start running soon eventually too. That's my goal. I want to jog from the SkyTrain to work and then on the way back, because it's uphill on the way back, but I always like to take a different route just so it doesn't get mundane. But I'm really enjoying it. I feel good. Surprise.
Yeah. And here's the thing too, man. It's all about consistency.
Exactly.
Like if I put on 2 pounds of muscle per month, that's huge. Like that's a lot of muscle, because that's like 24 pounds a year. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're getting 24 pounds of muscle a year, that's fucking super impressive.
For sure.
It's all about consistency. It takes a long time, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving right along. Well done. Get your work on out there, people.
Yeah. Get jacked.
I got something that has happened in the new year here, Kelly, I got to talk about. And it's this stupid fucking bag charge now. I don't know if you have it in the States. But if you were to go to any fast food restaurant right now, they'd charge you 25 cents for the stupid same old fucking paper bag for some reason.
Is that just in our city or in all cities?
I think it's in all cities. I don't know. I hope it's just not. If it's just here, that'd be super fucking annoying.
Because I'll tell you that the grocery stores, they all have to charge for paper bags.
Of course.
But in other cities like Langley, they have plastic bags still.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Surrey banned plastic bags.
Oh, interesting. Well, I have no problem paying for a 25-cent bag at the grocery store. That's a sturdy... no, it's not plastic, a paper bag. That's a sturdy paper bag I can actually reuse. I can reuse for my organics. I can actually reuse that paper bag for something else. I'm not going to fucking reuse the 25-cent super thin, it costs less than a tenth of a penny bag from McDonald's for 25 fucking cents. You gotta be shitting me. Whatever. I pay for the bag. I don't give a fuck. You guys want to create this stupid fucking 25-cent tax for the bag, and also apparently for like the McDonald's, the coffee cups too, also another 25 cents. Really? Like, what a fucking stupid cash grab this shit is.
For the coffee cups?
For the coffee cup, because it's not reusable. It's my fault that they can't get a recyclable cup. That's my fault. I gotta pay for that. Bullshit. It's like we're being taxed for going to McDonald's.
So last time I was there, I said no bag.
Yeah.
And they handed it to me in a bag, and I said thank you, bye, and I walked away.
Of course, they're like, no one's ever said no bag before.
No, they didn't even charge. I looked on the receipt, it said no bag.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You bring up a perfect point here, Kelly. It's ridiculous. Number one. Yeah. Number two, what are they going to hand you? Are they going to just hand you your shit? All right, here's your burger, here's your What if I go in there? I have no choice but to get a bag. Yeah. If I'm going there for my family, you're going to hand me fucking 4 burgers and 4 fries?
We're supposed to bring around bags with us everywhere.
And you can't even bring your own bag in there.
Oh,
but, Kelly, I had seen somebody. That's my gripe. 2 people. I go to the McDonald's a few weeks ago. 2 people ahead of me did not opted out. Nope, not 25-cent bag. I'm not going to buy the 25-cent bag. Yeah. The person ahead of me seriously had 4 burgers, 4 sets of fries, and 4 drinks. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they're not going to get the bag. So what they're doing is they're handing them like it's kind of like a plastic container.
Yeah.
And they take all of it individually. Now you just fucked me. Because rather than just taking it 1 second to hand that person their bag, now I gotta wait fucking 15, 20 to 30 seconds. Because so someone can hand their stuff. All right, who wanted this one? Johnny, this is your fucking fillet of fish. Billy, here's your fucking quarter pounder. Who got the fucking chicken nuggets? Gotta hand it to you too. Bullshit. Oh, the next person ahead of me, Kelly.
Yeah.
Also no bag. Yeah. But on this one here, they just got a burger and fries. Some of the fries had spilt into the tray.
Yeah.
You think I would just leave those fries. Yeah. Not this person. So out of the side of their RAV4 here, Kelly, I think it was like a RAV4 or a one of those fucking those little Honda SUVs. Yeah. They're like a excavator arm reaching through the window up above, because the window was too high for them, grabbing each of the fucking fries, scooping the fries out of this bin with their hand and grabbing it and then putting it, I'm assuming, back into their fries. But I had to go through that. That was like a minute. So now you've added like fucking 2 minutes to my fucking time, which should have been non-existent.
Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And of course I got a stupid bag. I'm going to pay the 25 cents because of the dumbass bag, but it's so annoying. Absolutely annoying. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is just a lower mainland BC thing. Got to be the worst. But if you have this, maybe California has the same problem here, but I found a good McDonald's here to gripe on. I wasn't going to do that McDonald's because I actually love the McDonald's. They've only screwed up my order once. I go there all the time. The staff is friendly. I like it. One time there was like a skip the dish driver. The place was jam packed. Obviously, something maybe a shift change, and there's a skip the dish driver losing it in that McDonald's. And he almost got into it with this other guy, like some like businessman type, young businessman guy. You like, only say because he was in a suit. Yeah. So they're just yelling at each other, and then he's like, "Be nice, dude!" And then the other guy's like, "Fuck you!" And the skip the dish guy was like super mad. So it was it's interesting McDonald's, but they handled that with grace.
True.
This McDonald's here I'm doing in America, of course, and this one here going right to the heart of America in Alabama. This one here in Moorville, Alabama. Let's do it here. Only because it has terrible reviews, Kelly. 718 reviews they only had acquired. 3.2 stars. They're currently open. A lot of the tags are drive-through. Clean is one of the tags. And kids. That's a weird tag.
Clean kids.
They must have a...
pedophile.
They must have some kind of one of those like play areas there. All right, let's get started. Right off the bat here, we got a bad review here, Kelly. 1 star, 47 reviews, RO, 3 photos, a bunch of incompetent and incapable people who work here, like any other McDonald's. Messes up my order and says I have to go all the way back around and wait in the drive-thru line to reorder that I ordered in the first place. Never heard of this garbage at any other restaurant. Also, the overpriced coffee is a ripoff, and they don't fill the cup. What kind of coffee is that? Is that iced coffee?
Yeah, it looks like an iced coffee.
Yeah, but it looks like they put it in like a McDonald's cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like an actual McCafe cup. Maybe you guys don't have McCafe down there. Maybe that's just a Canadian thing. You just get your iced coffee in a normal cup.
It's like pour regular coffee and ice in it.
Yeah, pretty much. Iced coffee? That's weird. Okay. Weird. Bad review.
I hate it when they don't fill up the cup, though.
Of course, that's the worst.
You gotta leave a little room, obviously, for like spillage, but...
Icing, I noticed that whole thing. That's the whole thing, filling the fucking cup up with ice and then just putting in the rest as, as drink.
Yeah, you get like 2 sips.
Exactly. That's the worst. Yeah. I think that's the worst. KS, 41 reviews, 6 photos, 1 star a month ago. Fast service, but the food was stone cold. Fries were too salty and not fresh. They took a hamburger and had been sitting. Okay. They took a hamburger that had been sitting, slapped a slice of cheese on it, and overloaded it with mustard to the point that it was oozing out the side of the burger. They gave me the wrong drink not once, but 3 times. This McDonald's needs a whole new crew. Very well worded. Bravo. I think that's probably the best worded and written review from the state, from not just from the state, but from the whole country of America that I've ever read. Well done, KS. You get 5 stars. One of the best reviews I ever read. Oozing, mustard oozing on the side. This is all very relatable stuff. That's what I'm saying. It totally makes sense. This is I always love people giving it 5-star when it's actually bad.
That's like I seen there's an app that I was looking at, and somebody gave it a 1-star review and said this game's the best. It's like, are you stupid? It's like, I'm sure the developer loved that.
I know, what a piece of shit. Here's a good one here for you. This one's similar to that here, Kelly. CB 24 reviews, 2 stars a month ago. I only enjoy fish and fries from McDonald's. That's it.
All right.
But 2 stars.
Cool. Nice. I'm glad you shared with what you enjoy from McDonald's.
Especially the filet of fish. Like, come on.
No fucking follow-up either about, like, the fish.
Nothing.
Just enjoy the fish and fries.
That's it.
Like, I'd go there for fish and chips, but that's it.
That's it.
It's like, all right. Why?
Would you care to elaborate?
No? Okay. Gotcha.
Moving right along. Here's a good one. JG, 12 reviews, 1 star, 10 months ago. I think this guy uses 100-hour time. Made my order at 1742 hour. Was finally seen at 18 hour, 15 minutes.
Wow.
Half hour. Woman asked for our receipt in order to make our order. Okay. At 18:20 hour. We finally got our food. Fries are cold. Filet of fish is cold. Ordered a spicy chicken and a deluxe crispy chicken. Spicy was made properly. Deluxe had nothing but meat and bread.
All right.
4-piece chicken nugget was cold. Was supposed to include apple slices. Was not provided. Manager looked disheveled and unkempt. We were asked why, and upon getting refunded.
Why we were unkept or why for the rest?
I know, you kind of missed that part. Like we went and asked for a refund and we were asked why. We were told to keep the cold, disgusting food. No thanks. Quality has gone way downhill since I've left. Since you've left, everything changed since you left town, got deployed. Yeah. Nothing's been the same. Not in my filet of fish. Nothing tastes right after I killed that guy in Afghanistan.
What a weirdo.
Everything just tastes like gun residue and blood. I had a funny thing because my son actually he loves like chubby chicken burgers and the McChickens. And the other day he's like, Dad, I'm kind of actually getting tired of McChickens and the chicken. Can you just give me an actual burger? I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to A&W because he loves going to A&W. So I got him a teen burger. But I'm like, he doesn't like most of the things on a teen burger. Whatever, I'll get him a teen burger and I'm like, no pickle, no onion.
Yeah.
And so I get home and it's like still got the lettuce and the tomato and the bacon. He's like, I don't like any of this. I'm like, oh. So I ended up being taking off the toppings, paid for a teen burger, like hold everything on the teen burger. I'll take a teen burger with nothing on it. Oh. So what I got him this time, I was smart this time. I got him a Papa burger, no pickle, no onion, added cheese. So It was perfect for him.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a hit. You just gotta adapt.
It's just too many flavors, man.
I don't know. Kids are weird with pickles and onions. I don't mind them. I like them. Another person had to wait 30 minutes. Someone mad that the ice cream machine wasn't working. That's a common one.
How long ago was that?
6 months ago.
Still not working. Updated. Still not working. It says more for show. If they actually serve you ice cream, it's probably messed up.
It's probably got cum in it.
Jeez. Alright.
Here we go. Newbie review here. We got 2. We'll end it off with 2 newbie reviews here, Kelly. First one here is a 5-star VM. One review, 5 stars, 6 months ago. Awesome McDonald's! Great food, speedy service. Kevin was very helpful and kind. Yeah, I bet. Bullshit. This is written by Kevin.
Yeah. It's Kevin's girlfriend.
Exactly.
Or boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly. We don't judge. While they were waiting for him.
While they're waiting for him in the parking lot. Yeah, pick him up.
There we go. Here's a 1 star. That's a 1 review. KG, 1 review, 1 star. 2 years ago, Kelly. This could be pre-COVID. I would do 0 stars if I could. My food was still raw inside, and the fries were dry hard and had no salt. My burger also tasted like it had salt poured all over it. When I asked them to remake it, they took about 30 minutes. So I stayed there for about 55 minutes. Also, all the drinks tasted like water, and the sweet tea was way, way too sweet. Would not recommend this McDonald's. They got the sweaty emoji, the sick emoji, the devil emoji, the worried emoji, and then it looks like the sad emoji.
All right.
A wide range of emojis.
So
they jizzed in your burger. That's why it was so salty.
I think. Well, they salt it and then they close the grill on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's them salting. So somebody probably did just dump a bunch of fucking salt on it. I'm guessing they chose the wrong meat. You probably got a quarter pounder patty and they did the regular meat thing and they didn't cook it enough.
Ugh.
Half an hour to get a new one? What?
55 minutes is ridiculous. You
That's
waited $1,000,000 for an hour.
Yeah, it's more than a sit-down restaurant. That's crazy.
Bullshit. I would have walked out.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
It wouldn't even be worth going up to the till to even get my refund. I would have walked out.
That's where you lost me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's there's no way. You're just fucking lying now.
They lost me with the emojis.
Yeah, that too, man. That shows mental illness right there.
Exactly. People who use emojis are 99% more likely to have mental illness.
That many.
That's a true fact.
Yeah.
Look it up. Do your research.
If you use 5 or more, mentally ill.
Yep. That's the magic number.
4 is okay.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I've never had salty burgers. That's what I'm saying. There could be bodily fluids involved here.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. They didn't complain. They still ate it though. That's what's weird.
Moving on.
Well, that being said, let's just have a little brief break here. We'll be right back after these messages.
Here at Rage Quit Games, we designed a new controller for your phone. We designed it with an extra hard shell and Gorilla Glass to protect your phone. Now whenever you rage quit a game and throw your phone across the room and hit the wall, it will not break your phone or controller, guaranteed for life. We got you here at Rage Quit.
Rage Quit! Come on down to Salty Jack's Burger Shack. We specialize in burgers, fries, chicken strips, and also be sure to get our chicken sandwich with extra Salty Jack sauce. Don't ask what's in it, 'cause we won't tell. Wink. Every order takes about 5 or 10 minutes so we can make a fresh batch of Jack sauce just for you. So come on down, Salty Jack's Burger Shack, and be sure to get some extra salty sauce.
Oh, I love my job.
Here at the Anu Podcast, both Kelly and myself always enjoy a tall glass of water. Whether you need to take some pills, coughing down the pasties, or just staying hydrated, be sure to reach for some high-quality H2O. With your H2 Bros! Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed our commercials and go grab yourself a cold, tall glass of water on the house. You know I'm talking tap water. Let's talk some motherfucking video games. Biggest announcement, I think it came down last week, Kelly, was obviously the purchase of Blizzard and Activision by none other than Microsoft. Huge move in the video game world. What does this mean to Game Pass? What does this mean to the World of Warcraft realm? What does this mean to anything with Microsoft making a huge splash? You know, buying Call of Duty, buying Overwatch, and buying one of the still the most popular games out there in the World of Warcraft series. gigantic move. I didn't even know it was for sale. Obviously, with all the controversies with how toxic their office has been, now I think this Microsoft's going to go in clean house and make it their own, and there's going to be zero arguments because really the stuff they've done with Bethesda, adding them to the Game Pass, and other games adding them to the Game Pass, and just, changing how they do things, streamlining them. Who wouldn't want to have Microsoft backing them? Mm-hmm. It's not like they're going to come in and say everyone's fucking fired. They're going to come in and say, okay, here's more money.
Mm-hmm. I think everything's kind of moving to streaming. I mean, it happened with movies and TV shows already. Like a lot of people cut cable. I cut cable like 9 years ago.
Yeah. I'm still on it. I do, but I have been on the fence for a while now.
Yeah. You watch a lot of sports too, though, right? So that's kind of different. So a lot of people I know that do have cable just keep it around for sports.
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of people watching Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, there's Netflix, there's like
Hulu, and Crave.
Yeah. So even like Apple TV, right?
Yep,
so
that's a big one.
There's a lot of streaming services. And, I don't think these gaming companies want to go the way of Blockbuster. So, like, they're moving everything to streaming. Right now, it's not perfect. People played Stadia, they would know that. If they played xCloud, which I do, they would know that. But these things are going to get better. Netflix wasn't perfect in the beginning either. A lot of people are saying it's too choppy. They don't get enough bandwidth. They'll never be able to play it. Obviously, that changed, right? So I think just getting that library, they're smart enough to know just getting that library is going to be the biggest thing to keep charging for that xCloud, that Game Pass, if they want to compete with Stadia and stuff like that.
For sure.
Even Amazon is making their own cloud service.
Yep.
PlayStation announced that they're going to cloud it, and they said, obviously it is the way of the future. So, but they're going to keep all, the God of War stuff and the Uncharted and stuff like that, Last of Us, they're going to keep all that on PlayStation because they want those exclusives, right? But I think if they add the World of Warcraft to Game Pass, a lot of people they're going to lose money. No, because all those people that are paying for the subscription is going to be subsidized into the Game Pass.
Yeah.
So it's just going to go from a WoW subscription to a Game Pass subscription, and then hey, maybe even more people play World of Warcraft. I don't know if
guaranteed, absolutely guaranteed.
I don't know if you can you have end game stuff that you buy in World of Warcraft, probably
you can buy mounts, and exactly, backpacks and crap.
So that's a lot of where the money is going right now to end game purchases on skins and stuff that don't really matter. A lot of people like to spend money on that, so I think that's a brilliant way to actually make more money, introducing more players to WoW and making them buy more in-game stuff. And then, like I said, you're adding onto Game Pass. Obviously, Call of Duty.
Huge.
They have the Battle Pass, so they're going to be making tons of money off Battle Pass. They don't even need to charge for the Call of Duty. I think it's going to be huge. Obviously, I think they're going to have Call of Duty on other platforms still because they still want to make their money on those platforms. They don't want to lose out on revenue, you know what I mean? So I think they're still going to put them on other platforms, but I think they're going to have exclusives on the Xbox that they're not going to give away to other platforms. And just the fact that you can play it for free is obviously going to be a huge, huge deal. It's a super powerful move, and I think it's a way. I only use xCloud now. I don't have Xbox anymore. I just stream everything off my PC or my phone. Wow. That's all I'm using, yeah.
Yeah, no, having Game Pass on the PC is huge, you know what I mean? Just having that huge-ass library of all these different games, exactly, and that's not even streaming it.
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot of games on Game Pass for the console that aren't on PC. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I'm getting my money out of it, obviously, just the fact of Halo being on there.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, it's good that, like xCloud, you can stream things, but you're going to need to be able to download Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to have way too much lag. You're not going to be able to compete in a game like that. I do that with Halo. I download that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stream Halo. So right now the cloud's not good enough. I don't think it will be for another 5 years at least. So, it's nice to have a computer that can run that shit as well.
I really like the new Halo. I think they did a really good job with it. You know what I mean? Just how they kind of made it like a kind of, you're building up your guy type thing. Yeah. You're getting different weapons you have in your loadout and shit like that. I think they've done a really cool job with it. It's a little different. You know what I mean? I think they did a good job with it.
They still kept it pretty classic.
Yep, exactly. Absolutely.
That's what I like to see, too. People keeping it original. A lot of people are... jumboing up the interface way too much with all this daily, weekly, fucking battle pass, like everything just all around the screen. I hate that shit.
Jeez.
Now. Remember back in the day when you play Call of Duty, it said campaign, multiplayer, and then you had like your customization thing. That's all it was. I miss those days so much because so many games are just becoming so jumbled up with that shit, especially like shooters and battle royales. Call of Duty's Modern Warfare, like the battle royale.
Yep.
I played that like yesterday, and the interface, like I haven't played in so long, I almost got confused at what the hell I was supposed to do. I'm like, there's so many fucking buttons. I'm just like reading everything. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
I miss the old.
Well, there's that too. There's like a whole section now to buy stuff, right?
Yeah,
that's the huge thing. Buy skins.
But that should be like like a store. Maybe a fourth option. Yeah, and then you can go into that shit. It shouldn't all be on the main screen.
I was like, we got this new, this fall setup, the lunar setup. You know what I mean? Exactly.
I think kids are just used to it now.
So because I think like Fortnite has really conditioned them to, right? My kids, every time they jump on Fortnite, I had to put my foot down because I already pay for the fucking the stupid Fortnite subscription, which is you get like 1,000 of the
jewels, or
the dollars, or whatever the fuck it is, and exactly V-Bucks, and you get like a new character with different loadouts, and you get discounts on other shit. It's only $17 a month, which I was paying like $40 a month just to buy them crap. On that dumbass game, and so I'm like $17. I'm not buying a single other thing, and it's annoying because every time they do go on, like, I really want this character. I'm like, you guys got enough characters. All you do is you'll play like once or twice a week, and every time you come on, you're like, I want to buy something. But I can guarantee there's a lot of other kids that do the exact same fucking thing, right? And that's how they make their money.
We come from the generation of you pay $60 for a game and you get a game.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. Maybe the expansion came out later on for $25.
Yeah, but that's like if you want to play the expansion.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Yeah.
But the game I really got into in our time off here, Kelly, is a super fun game. I'm just loving the computer and Steam, obviously, but it obviously unbeatable. Can't beat it, especially with all the cool VR shit I've been. I haven't even talked about VR playing actually. Yeah, got a VR headset, which is I got the Quest 2. Fucking super fucking cool, man. Really, really love it. And my son was playing. Obviously, got it for my son, obviously, and it was shitty because the stupid cord. I had to get a special attachment to plug it in because it was just like a normal USB 3 cord. USB-C.
USB-C, yeah.
But I don't have a USB-C in on my computer.
You could totally install one.
Yeah. I just got an adapter.
Yeah, that's easier.
So I got the adapter, got it working. I got a really cool game called Hell Split. So amazing, man. The graphics, how far we've come in this technology, dude. It is insane. Just how responsive it is, the different things you can do. I'll talk about on the next one, just briefly touch base on this one here. It is just out of this world. The graphics alone are just absolutely amazing. Like just how visually and stimulating these levels are. I'd never expected anything like this. And then the physics alone, the physics in the game are incredible. Just the different things you do. I'm just going to briefly, like me and my son, we were playing and you play like kind of, there's so many different levels, so many different modes, so many different things you can do in this game. And it's like, you're like a dude, like a medieval guy, like fighting zombies, but like they're like villager zombies, and then they upgrade, getting more weapons, better swords, better armor, the dudes you're fighting, right? So you can imagine everything from a guy in a loincloth and a stick to a huge ass, like 280 pound, 300 pound dude in full plate armor, with a gigantic mace is what you're fighting, and then everything in between. So we were getting so good on the one mode, on like the training mode, which is like a 2-tiered pit. It's a 2-tiered circular pit with fire in the middle and different booby traps along the way and shit like that. We were just going in bare fists. So we were just going in bare fists, and I fucking straight up cranked this zombie dude right in the side of the head, dropped him, and he fucking clumped over and fell into the fire pit. It was crazy, man. Like you could throw actual punches. It's so responsive with how you throw your punches, and if your punch really connects, you can soft punch
or super heavy punch. It's so and the response that you were getting when you actually do make the connection, I was so impressed. I was super impressed. This hook was off the charts. I would have knocked out a real dude with this hook.
Nice. I wonder if they could do some sort of like VR like boxing training. Like,
that'd be really cool, yeah.
Boxing training,
like with like a punching bag. I guess you really couldn't use a punch. You'd break your controller
it'd
for
be
sure.
more shadow boxing with
for sure.
VR.
No, I think that is the more popular game. There is a boxing, like an actual boxing. I think it's one of the more popular ones.
How sweaty does that get though? Like
it got a little sweaty. It wasn't too bad though, since it's all rubberized.
You had like a headband.
Yeah, it's all rubberized, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I'll break down more of it here. But the game I've been playing a lot, Project Zomboid. Huge reviews on Steam. It was recently on sale. The game was only $16, and I got it for $11. Game originally came out in 2013, but it's been constantly being redone, constantly being updated, constantly being redone. If you don't know what it is, check it out. If it goes on sale for $11, fucking buy it. The best, bar none, zombie survival game you can find on the market. Very simple graphics, quarter down, a lot like Diablo graphics, you know what I mean, or Diablo 2 graphics, Fallout. Maybe that's why I'm more akin to this style of game, because I'm not disgusted when I look at the graphics, but just the detail and the physics are absolutely amazing. So you're just plopped. There's different scenarios you can do, and what I like about it is the character building you can do. Surprise, surprise, there's a lot of treasure hunting in it as well. But just the simple thing of going through the training and then actually going into a live game is just incredibly. There's jump scares, Kelly. There's treasure hunting. There's weapon crafting. You can do tons of different things. You can farm in the game if you make it that far. But and then they've sprinkled in so much realism into it. It is absolutely amazing. So that's basically it. You can do bunch of different modes, like super hard mode, survival mode, building mode, and I think then there's like sandbox mode, which is just, do what you want to do. Building mode, I still find there's a lot of zombies. Survival mode's pretty tough. I wouldn't even dare do the hardest mode. Wouldn't even think about it, just how hard the game is already, Kelly. So you just get plopped in the middle of nowhere with nothing. So you usually start in a house, and it's just, everything's kind of on like a skill meter timer type thing. You start off the game with picking your guy. You can pick a bunch of different preset traits or pick up your own traits. There's a lot of negative traits you can do to even out to add positive traits. So you can make your guy a smoker, make your guy overweight. You can add these traits and then add positive traits to get on top. But if you start with a preset, you basically don't have much wiggle room to work with. Or if you start off with a good preset, you actually have to add a negative trait in order to have an even amount of points to start the game. And obviously, healing yourself, having certain things. A guy I work with taught me a cool skill. You can actually rip your shirts to make Band-Aids. Because you're fighting zombies all the time. The jump scares are really they get you, man. Because they have like, bah! Like super scary music to do it, right? So you just pop into a room. It's all about vision, your line of vision, right? That's how they make it realistic. So you're basically rummaging through all these houses, looking for, theoretically, a gun, looking for something helpful. I had a rolling pin, I find, is tried and tested. I had a rolling pin, really, really good. And you actually got to smash the zombie, and then you get over top, and then when they knock them down, you got to crack their head open. You can stomp their head. You can use your whatever weapon you have to smash their head. That's obviously the gist of it, without getting bit. I had one where I was doing really well. I was like, okay, got a bunch of supplies. I'm going to go off and trek in the middle of nowhere because I've heard there's military base. You find a military base, you're set. So I was just going to walk in the middle of it. I'm overheating. My guy's getting agitated. You have all these different skills too. You got to stay hydrated. You got to stay fed. You can get sick, right? So all of a sudden I'm sick, and then all of a sudden now I'm nauseous, and I'm overheating. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm overheating, and as I overheat, I'm burning up more water. And I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere now. I had the luxury of being in a small town where there's nothing but food, nothing but sinks everywhere. Now I'm on a highway to nowhere. There's nothing ahead of me, nothing behind me, and I'm walking. I'm overheating like crazy, and eventually I just died. I was bit. I got bit, and it turned into a zombie. That's it. Game over. So you never know. You can be really set, and then all of a sudden you get zombified, and then that's it. That's fucking totally it. You got to start over again. So it's real good with that. It is. You know what I mean? And it's all about timing your swings like it would be in real life. You get 3 or 4 dudes on you, you're done for. you might as well run. You got to run for it because there's no way you're going to fight off 3 or 4 zombies coming at you at once, right? So the realism of it, the physics, everything about it is really cool. What I like about it too is each zombie you kill, or you can find dead bodies too. They all have unique items. You can find rich people, poor people, construction workers, police officers. All these different people you have unique stuff. Like rich people, they have jewelry on them and expensive watches, and they usually have like a dress and like expensive pantyhose, which is always a weird one too. On it, and you can pick up anything and turn a lot of stuff into band-aids. You can farm, you can craft sticks. If you have sticks and duct tape with a fork, you can use that as a spear. Different things like that. But the guns are kind of difficult to use. I've only used guns in bad situations and ended up getting fucked up because of it. But they're a bit tough to use. I finally found some guns, but really liking the game. I haven't played as much as I would like to. And different things. There's so much little tips and things like that to help you along with the game. Love it. Cannot recommend it enough to buy it, especially if it's on sale right now, which it is not right now on Steam. It's actually $20 right now on Steam. That's interesting. And Reigns, everything. I can't say enough good things about it. I'll talk about more next week here. But obviously, the game that has been consuming all of my time recently is World of Warcraft. Boom. Classic.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That's good.
Really liking it.
I should have waited.
I'm really liking it. I love it a lot, man. It really brings me back because I played, I think 2006, I want to say, is when I played. I think it was right around 2006 is when I first got into it. So it was similar to Classic a little bit, but with a lot, because I think it was Wrath of the Lich King was when I had come into it, and then I played for a few years, and kind of got tired of it and stopped playing. But I'm really liking Classic. I'm haven't found the really nasty grind yet. I've been finding with the right mods, I can kind of really pick and choose where I want to go to and know where I want to go to. I was playing for the longest time without mods, and my buddy hooked me up with a ton of gold. That's obviously what's helping me too. A good friend of mine. I went and joined his server. He hooked me up with a ton of gold, 100 gold he just gave to me for nothing. Super nice of him, and gave me all 16 slotted bags right off the bat. So I'm level 5. I've got 100 gold in my pocket, and all bags that hold 16 have 16 squares rolled. So that was obviously a really nice start. That's going to make anybody enjoy the game. But I shared the wealth. A good friend of mine, just another guy I work with, started, and I gave him 10 gold and a bunch of bags. And obviously not 16 bags, but bought him a bunch of bags. My son started playing too. I gave him 10 gold, and he hasn't really played that much though. He played a little bit and enjoyed it, but I don't know. I think I'll say it and I'll say it again. It's the best RPG, open world RPG that's ever been made. It's just the way it is. That it's just what the game is for a MMORPG. Best MMORPG out there. I love my single-player RPGs, and this is the best one that is. I've had a lot of great interactions, too, Kelly, with other people, doing the same quest as somebody else and joining up with them and having, just having fun, and we're both complete the quest, and we go about our business, and we had a lot of fun. I've done a lot of the dungeons, and that's my character is a... what the heck am I? I'm a Night Elf Warrior is what I've gone with. I'm almost level 40, so I'm really, really eager for that plate. I'm level 38, but I'm like 4 bars away from level 39, so can't wait for the plate. My gear is getting a bit outdated too, so I really need to get level 40 so I can spend the rest of my shit. I got a mount. Running around with a mount has really changed everything. Being running around faster is being more efficient. But just having the mods, also my buddy hooked me up with the mods. It's just helping me. Where are my quests? Where do I get the quests? Where do I get the shit? Who has the items for my quest? That's really what the game's about. Is just streamlining it so you can be more efficient, play the game quicker. So being able to go through a level and just an area, swoop through all of do a gigantic circle of swooping through all of the missions, all the things you need to do, going back to the main city or the main little town of that area, cashing them all in, and then going into another one. So right now I'm sitting okay where I can kind of do two places per 10 levels, or 3 or 4 places per 10 levels now, I think is what I've kind of hit on this one. But I find the game is actually really suited to get everything you need. I think, like I said, with the mod, I know exactly where I can go, where the quests are going to be right for my level. So I think that's just gigantic. Not having to pick and choose and walk around aimlessly, hoping the area up ahead, or remembering the area up ahead will be a good fit for your character or not. I'm really liking it though. Really liking it a lot, and just everything with it. Just a good old fashioned Diablo style RPG where you're killing boars for their livers and cashing them in just to get another mission to kill them for their hides.
Nice.
On repeat. I really like it a lot. The gear, obviously, the the traveling, the scenery. Playing on obviously it's a super low game that can play on my computer. So it's got the graphics max. It looks pretty nice actually. That's not to brag about this. It's a game from 2004. But I have a lot of nostalgia feels with it. Really enjoying it a lot. I think it's an absolute awesome game. The phone game, though, Kelly. The phone game. Knights of the Old Republic 1. First Knights of the Old Republic I'm playing on my phone. It's good, man. I really like it a lot. That's the only thing I hate is playing on the screen. I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting up there. Died a ton. Really die a lot in this game. It's not as easy as I thought it used to be. But this game came out on Xbox, Kelly, and now I have it on my phone. Makes sense. And it's fun. Turn-based. If you've never played it before, check it out. It's $11 in Google Play Store or in the Apple Store. It's not really turn-based. It's kind of more like a D&D dice rolling style, where it's you can pause time, pick your attacks of you and your party members, and kind of what kind of sequence and who you want to attack in. You push play and away the fight goes type thing. So it's kind of turn-based, but not really like live action turn-based, I think is what you would call it. Where everyone's attacking on their timeline, on their speed levels simultaneously. So, fun game. I'm just at the kind of like that pod racing level right now, where I'm just got to do that. So I got to figure out how to do that, and that's what I'll do next time. Awesome for the bus or SkyTrain. What I do like about it is I can save anytime. Save wherever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. So that's a nice touch, and they have autosave right on the screen too. Nice. So you just have to click the autosave button right on your main screen. So that's a nice touch. So I think they've really tweaked it to be perfect for mobile. But there's one thing that really annoys me is that I'm in a fight, and then if the enemy isn't coming up for one, so I'll be in a fight with three guys. I'll pick my one guy up front. He'll be fighting. Now I'm going to the two people behind him, and I'll click on them. But I've now. Since I can't directly click, for some reason it won't let me click on the enemy, I've clicked on my other guy. Now in the middle of the battle they want to have a conversation. Like, it's the weirdest fucking thing. It's the weirdest thing. Obviously the graphics are rough. I really wanted to get Knights of the Old Republic 2, which I thought was the better of the two games. I thought it was one of the best games ever. But if the reviews are killing it is apparently the new update has made the game unplayable. So it's literally just crashing for everybody. No one can even play the game, and it's more expensive. I think it's like $15. So I didn't get that. Hopefully by the time I'm done this game, the bugs will be worked out for Knights of the Republic 2, and I'll get that. Just putting in perspective how much money I spent on Magic, which was a terrible game. It's now has come out that it is 100% a pay to win game, and that's fucking really disappointing. Super disappointing that I wasted Game Pass after Game Pass. I think I ended up spending $60 on the fucking game. Damn. 3 Game Passes, just to end up being so frustrated with it, because people have just sunk in hundreds and hundreds of dollars to have these master decks that are just going to be unbeatable. They looked up online how to, with the right cards, to never lose, and it's very fucking annoying. But, talk more about the VR headset next week, and more WoW, obviously. Hopefully I play some more Project Zomboid. What about you, Kelly? What video games did you get up to this week?
Have you ever played DayZ?
Yeah.
It's a lot like the game you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, big time. Yeah.
But, it's on xCloud. So, I've been playing that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, yeah, it sounds like almost exactly the same.
Well, it's like 3D. Exactly. DayZ is like a third-person shooter.
Yeah, once you die, you're dead.
Yeah.
And you also come in contact with, other people once in a while, which is actually, kind of creepy in that game when you kind of see somebody else. It's like, oh, shit, what's going to happen here, right? But I've been playing that a bit. Once I first started playing it, I didn't even know how to fight, so zombies were chasing me, and I just got my ass killed super easy, and then I had to make a whole new character and everything. Second time I got in, I did pretty good. Like I got like a whole bunch of like food and gear and like a helmet and shit like that. So I'm still doing okay.
Nice.
But yeah, this is basically survival. Yeah. So that's what I've been playing on xCloud. On Steam, I was playing Division, the first one.
Nice.
I got that one again. I used to have it on Xbox. Kind of a classic. I really enjoyed it.
Big time.
Still works really good. So, yeah, I go in there. I usually play solo anyway, so I've been playing the Division. But we talked about that.
Yeah, no, my son was actually playing Division 1. I was like, we got Division 2. He's like, I like this one.
Yeah, I like the first one more, too. I think it was a better game. Just like the environment made the game.
Yeah, totally.
And then... so on my phone, I started playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Nice.
I actually never played that game before.
Really?
On a console. I owned the game. I just never played it. I played like the Vice City.
Yeah.
That was usually my go-to. Only because I like the music and everything. But like San Andreas is actually, I think, is like way better. So the map is huge,
gigantic.
Like,
I know,
it's like almost as big as the new Grand Theft Auto 5 new in quotes. But it's just enormous. The story is really good.
Yeah.
It's open world. You can go to gym. You can get stronger. You can like running around obviously improves your cardio. You get better at like riding bikes. There's planes. I think because there's like a little things for how well you can fly.
Yeah. Well, this is what I like about is the territories.
Yeah. There's like gang territories and like. Man, it's crazy. Like, this game is a huge game. And it's on mobile. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like, yeah, I play with my controller on the phone. Honestly, I don't even think I'd touch it if it was, like, touch controls. Because I played Vice City on my phone and it was garbage.
Oh, that'd be probably impossible.
Yeah, so, like, it's way better with the controller. Plays like a full game. Mm-hmm. The only thing is, like, the graphics suck.
Yeah, of course.
But if the graphics were better, like if they redid it and improved the graphics, because there's other open world games on your phone that have better graphics than this. If they improved the graphics and relaunched it, kind of like the definitive edition on PC, I think it'd be awesome. But like not like the definitive edition though. I want like all new graphics. You know what I mean? Like that would be sick.
Oh, big time! Yeah, like to like redo the game altogether.
Yeah, exactly. But like. Everything's really good aside from the graphics on it. I'm really enjoying it, just driving around. Like the car damage and everything, like it's crazy. Like what they were capable of back then. But obviously, like I said, the graphics are pretty boxy and square.
Yeah, it's always so amazing. When we look back, just what we took for granted.
Yeah,
that we thought that was good.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing like Street Fighter on my phone too. It's the older Street Fighter. The graphics aren't that good either, but it's such a fun game. It's a way better. Like I played that Mortal Kombat phone game.
Yeah,
I don't even like that. Like it's pretty much pay to win.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Lame.
This Street Fighter is like I said, you buy the game, you have the whole game, all the characters, the storylines, everything. And other than the graphics aren't quite as good as they should be, it's still a fun game. I still love it.
Love Street Fighter. Street Fighter is one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, definitely. For like for like a fighting game on your phone, I definitely recommend Street Fighter over Mortal Kombat. Obviously, San Andreas is probably the best Call of Duty. Sorry, not Call of Duty. Best Grand Theft Auto out there. Like you just can't beat that right now. For racing, I'd recommend like Rally Rush 3. It's kind of like an off-roading game.
Yeah, you still liking it?
Yeah, I'm still liking it. It's pretty good. Origins is good too. It's kind of like your third person kind of looking down at the vehicles, but it's still like really good resolution and everything like that. Obviously, just Call of Duty for shooters. I can't wait till Apex Legends comes out mobile though. I stopped playing it completely on the PC.
A lot of people are saying it. A lot of people are out right now.
Yeah,
lots and lots of people.
Now. This is boring. It's the same shit over and over, right? And there's like lots of hackers and shit going into the Apex.
Really?
So I'm just done with it. But if it comes out on mobile, I'll play it again just because it'll be easier to pick up and play. Plus it's like third person, so it's going to be a little bit of a different game at least. But I'm pretty much done with that. Yeah, there's quite a few good games. Like for creative, you want Minecraft. Obviously, the controller works with that as well.
Yeah, they're really pushing that game, man.
Yeah, there's another game called Passa's Wager or something like that. It's kind of like a RPG. Completely works with the controller too. The graphics are actually pretty good. Haven't really got too much into the game though, but it's kind of like a Skyrim type deal.
Okay.
On your phone. Yeah, the graphics are decent.
The graphics great, man.
Yeah, so if you're looking like for an RPG, Pascal's Wager, pretty good one too.
There you go.
But yeah, that's pretty much my
nice.
game. I'm like mostly switching to mobile gaming just because it's just more convenient.
It really is. You're on the couch.
Yeah.
You're on the can.
And you don't have people fucking talking shit, like all the time. It's just like, it's better.
That's what's weird about the VR thing is there's a ton of like social games.
Yeah.
Where you're playing with other people on VR headsets. Like doing like party games or tag or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's very weird because it's linked to Facebook.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean? You need a Facebook account in order to use the Oculus.
Okay.
It's very weird.
Yeah, I like kind of doing a solo thing, but in like an open like MMO type environment where there can be other people there, but I don't want to necessarily have to.
I hate that exactly. Yeah, if we do the same thing together, that's cool, but it's not detrimental that I can't beat it by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Like kind of like Grand Theft Auto. I don't do heists and shit. Like I'd rather like steal cars and sell them.
Right.
Like, cause like heist, you have to work with all these people and do all this shit. Where like,
right, yes.
You know what I mean, but at the same time, I don't mind having all those people in the lobby shooting at me. Fuck it, I'll shoot at them too. It makes it more fun. But I just don't want to have to do shit with them.
Exactly.
There's like some multiplayer aspect to San Andreas too. Like there's little mini games that you can do.
Oh yeah, totally. I remember those.
Yeah, I just avoid those though.
That's hilarious. Let's break down some fights, starting with BKFC Fight Night Jackson.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I only caught some of the highlights. The main event was Elvin Brito getting a split decision win over Caleb Harris. How was that one, Kelly?
They're all just okay fights.
Really?
Even like the main event. I mean, the co-main I think was decent.
Yeah, because that's Alan Belcher.
Yeah,
versus Bobo O'Bannon. Bobo O'Bannon is tough as hell. I think he's like 4-1 or 3-1 in bare knuckle right now.
Yeah,
he's a big ass dude. But Alan Belcher, what is your take on his? Would you say clean or how is he pissing? Is his piss burned in the cup or is
he on something? He's definitely on something.
He looks jacked as hell.
And that was the best fight. I think that should have been the main event. The other fights, like I said, okay. But yeah, Alan Belcher, if he keeps on that HGH, he's going to do good things in that.
He is fucking gigantic.
Yes.
That's just
he's
crazy.
A tank.
And he beat, Bobo O'Bannon is tough as nails. If he's proven anything in his time in bare knuckle fighting is that he is tough as fucking nails.
Yeah.
Another big fighter, Quentin Henry, getting the TKO stoppage, the doctor stoppage over Chris Soro. Huge win for him. Jared Warren defeating Scott O'Shaughnessy.
It was like kind of like a jab that put the guy down, I guess. Oh, left.
Was it? Yeah, left. Hook. Yeah, maybe it was probably that started it. Is it was it actually Jeremiah Riggs? Was it actually Joe Riggs' brother fighting?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it could just be a coincidence. Jeremiah Riggs defeats Eric Thompson via KO. Because I think Jeremiah Riggs was on an Ultimate Fighter show, but I couldn't imagine he's still fighting.
No, it could be. In
that
organization, not in MMA.
And in Jackson, Mississippi, I think that's where they were from. Is from Mississippi.
Could be. Wouldn't surprise me.
Bare Knuckle putting on a so-so show as by Kelly.
You know what I think it was? There's too many lightweight people fighting. It's just like, they just kept punching each other like rock and sock and robots.
No one wants to see a decision, people.
Yeah.
We want blood.
We want fucking juicy Alan Belcher.
Exactly. Versus even more juiced up Alan Belcher.
Yeah. Just clone that motherfucker.
Exactly.
And juice him up.
I'm with you. I'm not disagreeing at all.
It's like bare knuckle boxing though. It's supposed to be like super like bloody entertaining.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why even have that?
Yeah, exactly. We know what we paid for.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk Eagle FC 44 Sponge versus Karatonov.
Eagle FC 44?
I think he bought it from somebody.
Oh, okay. And so this was his first time.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was on a Friday.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Any names on it?
Yeah, this is the one that had Rashad Evans.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And Ray Borg. Ray Borg gets a win over Cody Gibson, his second win, like anyone gives a shit, outside of the UFC. Jorgen De Castro gets a nice guillotine choke over Sean Asher, 2 UFC castaways. Lots of former UFC guys, obviously, on this one. And then Rashad Evans winning.
Oh, shit.
Kelly against Gabriel Chico.
Nice.
I don't even know who this Gabriel Chico is. He won by decision. He actually looked good. He got a few nice takedowns. He was smart with his attacks. Worked some good ground and pound. Got the guy in a crucifix at one point. The guy he's fighting's not great. 12-6. Not terrible, though. At least he wasn't fighting a total can. He's kind of up and down. Fought in ex-MMA where he got a win just recently. Lost an LFA by TKO. Kind of bounced around everywhere, fighting an LFA, RFA. Yeah, lots of RFA fights. Really no, Jake Kohler he's beaten. He lost to Ian Heinisch, where he was actually they were actually headlining that LFA. Ian Heinisch is a tough ass dude. He fought in Elite FC even. Wow, back in 2013, he fought in Elite FC. And that's really about it. Had a decent career to start off with, but kind of fallen on tougher times. But huge win for Rashad Evans, either way. His first win since retiring. And in the main event...
Oh, I got a question.
Yeah.
Did he pinch his nipples?
I don't know.
Oh,
Good call.
He used to do that every fight.
Don't know if he did. Maybe the mushroom stopped him from doing that this time. Sergey Karatonov, Kelly, in the main event... defeats Tyrone Sponge. Huge upset. I know Sergey was a last minute replacement, but the paratrooper getting the ground and pound win over the kickboxer. Obviously, Karatonov was gigantic for Sponge, but hey, win's a win. End of the day, gets the TKO victory over Tyrone Sponge. Huge win for Karatonov.
I thought you were going to say Tyrone Woodley for a minute. I'm like, is he just taking falls everywhere? Gosh.
Tyrone Sponge was he was huge in the kickboxing world in K1. That was his first MMA loss. He was supposed to be coming over for MMA, but he got the same injury as Anderson Silva.
Oh, fuck. That's a bad one.
Yeah.
That's the old Conor McGregor one, too.
Exactly, yep. So that put him back a few years, and now he's coming back and he just got pounded out by a very game veteran.
What's the other champs? Oh, Chris Weidman.
Yeah, Chris Weidman, yep.
Everybody breaking their shins.
Everybody break your shins tonight.
That's going to be John Jones when he kicks
a
heavyweight.
Boy. Yeah, I can see that.
It's like, oh, they're built different.
You heard it here first, folks. Let's talk Bellator 273, Bader versus Madovsky. Not a great card, but they had some decent wins. Darren Caldwell losing to Enrique Barzola by punches, TKO by punches and elbows. Huge loss for Darren Caldwell, coming right off that 135-pound tournament. Christopher Gonzalez was a real nice head kick over Sadawad. It was kind of weird because they were really pumping Sadawad all week on Bellator, and here he gets knocked out in 30 seconds.
I love it when that happens.
I know, eh?
It's kind of like the Amanda Nunes thing.
Pretty much. Ben Parrish, unfortunately, fighting, had this huge upset win last time, fighting for against bullying. And here he gets bullied with some ground and pound from Sullivan Cauley. Great ground and pound by Sullivan Cauley, just beating the crap out of Ben Parrish and just not giving him a place to go. And he had no choice but to let the referee save him. Henry Corrales getting a technical decision. Oh, weird. Third round. It must have been an injury over Aiden Lee. Didn't watch that one. Henry Corrales, I liked him a lot, but fortunately, he's kind of lost that killer instinct. And
I think, what was that? The eye poke.
Oh, it was an eye poke. Okay, that makes sense.
Continue.
Oh, that makes sense.
believe that's what it was.
That totally makes sense. Because at that point, they wouldn't say it's you lose. They would go to the judge's scorecard, and he was ahead by points.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But Henry Corrales without a contract after this one, and I don't know if Bellator picks him back up. We see Benson Henderson get a controversial split decision win over Islam Magomed.
Super controversial, yeah.
That would have been his 5th loss in a row, Kelly.
I think that's why he won.
Oh my God.
We need this guy. He was a UFC champ.
And, that's the thing. If Benson Henderson's name's on the bill, I may not watch.
Yeah.
He sucks. He hasn't finished anybody in fucking forever.
Yeah, I think, what did it say he was? 6-6 in Bellator?
So that was his 3rd loss, and that would have been his 4th loss. So right now in Bellator he's got a lot of losses in Bellator. Shit.
I think he's 6-6.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Losing his first fight in Bellator. He beat a dude due to leg injury. Patricio Pitbull. Split decision loss to Michael Chandler. Then a split decision loss to Patricky Pitbull. Oh, he finished Roger Horta. My apologies. You finished Roger Horta. Big whoop. He beat Sadawad. Yeah, all decisions. And except for he lost when he got knocked out by Michael Chandler. He has 1 finish in Bellator.
Roger was good for a year.
Yeah, basically. That was about it.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a real finish since 2015. 7 years. Against Brandon Thatch.
Yeah, he's just fighting for a paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah, just haven't been a huge fan for a long time. I think he kind of ruined the 155-pound division for a while for the UFC. And just not a huge fan of him. But we see Ryan Bader unify the heavyweight championship belt over Valentin Madolski in one hell of a slow fight.
It was slow, but I thought it was exciting.
Yeah.
Because it was so back and forth.
Yeah.
If it was just a one-sided beatdown, I would have been like, this is stupid. Like the guy just laying on him the whole time, one guy.
Bader weathering the storm and coming back in the later rounds.
Yeah. I was pretty excited.
Yeah, good win for Ryan Bader.
It was super slow, though. At no point was like, oh, one guy's going to get smashed at this point.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? In the beginning,
when
he landed those big punches and then he had him wobbled. But once they started grappling, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, Bader is a small heavyweight.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're going to get tired holding these big guys up. And
oh,
shit,
yeah.
So.
Just whoever got tired out first.
Who did you think won that fight?
I think Bader, I think they were going to give the edge to Bader.
Yeah, because
they love him. But, Madolski had, he had some, I think he had some, just like some moments where, but his moments weren't as good. Like, he maybe had a bit more control, but he didn't really do much with it.
Yeah, at no point did Bader look like he was going to get knocked out, too. So, I think you got to give it to the champ.
Yeah.
The not interim champ.
And that brings us to the Royal Rumble. Very disappointed in my picks. Morgan and I, as we do every year, placing bets, 5 each. Winner takes all. Winner gets a 6-pack per Royal Rumble. Both matches came down to my person versus their person. And both times I lost.
Oh, man.
And especially Brock Lesnar. And we see the return of Ronda Rousey to the WWE.
Ugh.
And she punches her ticket to main event WrestleMania against her.
Is she still popular?
Well, I think that's what this whole thing was a test of. I think it was a test to see, I'm going to talk about all the time, the pop. What kind of reception was she going to get when she returned? How would the crowd's reaction be? And it was positive. It was definitely positive. The crowd did get pretty excited for her return. So I think WWE was happy with that. Unfortunately, like I said, it was her versus Charlotte Flair, which was my last pick. I had a lot of picks going into the final too. It really sucked because I had 3 people going into the final. Ronda Rousey comes in and just cleans house.
Really?
Very disappointed.
They let her clean house.
Yeah, I know. They still think according to her, she's the world's strongest woman. You know what I mean? Or the baddest woman on the planet type thing.
I'd like to see her fight Amanda Nunes again.
Or even some of the wrestler girls would kick the shit out of her, I think.
Yeah.
But it was sad just because I lost. That's the only reason why. I did enjoy the event. I thought it was a good match. Love the Royal Rumble, my favorite pay-per-view of the year. I love WrestleMania, obviously, but the Royal Rumble, kicking off the road to WrestleMania, love it to death. The men's was different too because Brock Lesnar got screwed around because Brock Lesnar was a champion going into the night.
Okay.
He gets screwed around in his match, and he loses the belt. And I'm like, fuck. Morgan picked fucking Brock Lesnar. And I thought it was going to open him up. Sure enough, person number 30, Brock Lesnar's music hits, the place goes nuts, and he wins.
Ah, shit. Did he fight Ronda?
No, he didn't fight Ronda. So it is interesting. The two MMAers go on to win. I lose 12 beers to Morgan. Congratulations,
That is
Morgan.
interesting.
Yeah.
That they picked the two people from, that had the belt in the UFC. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Was CM Punk there?
What was kind of cool is because Bobby Lashley, former wrestler, and he went to MMA for a little while too.
Yeah.
And now he's back in wrestling. It was him versus Brock Lesnar for the first time. They even kind of made it about their MMA careers as well, but more like Brock was kind of saying I don't even know who you are, man. You know what I mean? I don't even know who you are. So sure, whatever, I'll wrestle you, but you're a nobody to me.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Exactly. And they even had a weigh-in before the match too. So it was
weigh-in.
But I would have loved to have seen that. If they had an actual MMA event, done by WWE, sanctioned, somewhere in New York, with underneath the WWE banner,
do that.
with Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, it would be fucking huge.
Do they want to compete with the UFC though?
Well, I think you just have one fight.
Yeah.
You have one fight, you'd bring in a special cage, one fight, that's it.
I see. Yeah. They could totally do that.
Yeah. I just think the only thing that's keeping them back is you're trying to put on a legit match during a wrestling event.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You're trying to put on a legit match where everything else is absolutely scripted and fake. Right? So I think that's kind of the only time where it kind of, it kind of loses its luster for that. I would love to see them go toe-to-toe for real. And where they actually go out, they can be juiced to the gills. I don't give a shit. Whatever weight class, super heavyweight, I guess they would have to both be in because they're just both over according to the weigh-ins they had, they were both over the limit. With Bobby Lashley much, much bigger. I would love to see it. I would totally love to see that matchup. Talk about a dream matchup. Underneath any banner. Obviously, Bobby Lashley just muscled and just jacked to all hell. I think he would definitely lose to Brock Lesnar. Because Brock Lesnar is always known for his longevity. But I would love to see it. And I think the whole world would love to see it as well.
I think my MMA prediction for 2022 is the UFC starts to fall as the top dog.
Wow!
I think MMA is such a worldwide mainstream sport now and there's so many big names bare knuckle has proven that you can just pick people at a UFC that used to work for them and throw huge cards, kind of like Paige Van Zandt. I think Eagle FC they're gonna have some huge names. I could see them getting Ngannou.
Yep.
There's gonna be I think George St. Pierre and his whole organization's opening where they're giving the fighters 50% of all revenue.
Wow.
I think that's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to start seeing people are going to start realizing that, the UFC isn't the top dog. Mm-hmm. I mean, even Bellator has world-class fighters that could easily compete in the top 5 right now in the UFC. But,
absolutely.
People don't really have a lot of eyes on that unless, there's a lot of people actually just grew up with Bellator that only watch Bellator too. But now the most eyes are on the UFC and the top fighters like Ngannou. Mm-hmm. When they leave, that's when things are going to start falling apart. You have the best heavyweight fighter in the world fighting for a different organization. Yep. You know what I mean? And then if he loses in a different organization, then they have the best heavyweights in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Stock plummets.
Yeah.
Great point. Absolutely great point. I think it really does, you hit the nail on the head with that one, Kelly. I think really where it does start is the heavyweight division. If your heavyweight division is supposed to be your biggest division, your most hyped division, if that crumbles, you have no talent, people are going to start turning it off.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
sure. There's other divisions are great. The 170-pound division. Because we're mega fight fans.
Yeah.
But other people may not tune in for the 155-pound fights.
Yeah.
They may not tune in for the 170 pound fights. You know what I mean? But they sure as hell will tune in for the 265 pound fights, for the heavyweight fights. But exactly that. If your guy's gone, your guy's gone.
And then another thing they did is they put their stock on the stock market, and that's already falling. So when you start seeing that fall even more and more, you're going to have less faith in the company. And I think that was one of the stupidest ideas they did.
Well, I think people are obviously realizing, I could go get a desk job, or I can go get my head kicked in, and it may or may not turn out.
Yeah.
I could go get my
$14K a year or something like that.
Yeah, I can go get my head kicked in for $36,000 a year at best. That's pretty good. That's probably 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah.
That's 3 fights a year. That's pretty advantageous for a fighter.
And that's going in, sparring, getting hit in the head all the time, getting your knees tweaked, your elbows tweaked in jiu-jitsu class. You know what I mean?
Your teeth rattled. Yeah. Exactly. And not to mention the CTE. I think that's what Alicia Spencer, she was on the commentary team for Eagle FC.
Yeah.
Coming out saying, I had no plans on fighting past 30.
Yeah.
But obviously if the money was there, maybe she would have, right? Yeah. She's like, there's no, I'm going to go get a job.
Yeah.
This ain't worth it.
Or you can, ring people's groceries and be like, have a nice day.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a lot more stress in one of them.
Of course. So I think maybe we're going to see a lot of younger people are going to start saying that too, where you're not going to see the talent. How are you going to garner people from going to these super freak athletes, from going into football or basketball or baseball or hockey even?
Yeah.
Why would they go over to the UFC?
Yeah.
To make pennies compared to what they would normally make.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, even, what was her name? The new champ. I can't believe I forgot her name.
Juliana Pena?
She was on
Joe Rogan.
She was. But she was talking about, now that she's a champ, she's, going to demand more money. And she's even thinking about going to other organizations and stuff, and she's just talking about it openly, just because she's all this time she kept her mouth shut because she wanted to get herself in a place where she can actually argue
use
for
her
more
voice,
money. Use her voice, and now
have a voice. It's even the reports coming out that Francis Ngannou was going to be sued by the UFC if he kept talking about fighter pay and about talking to Jake Paul's management team. You know what I mean? So just the fact that they were going to sue him for even talking to a guy, it's just absolutely ridiculous. It all started with the jerseys, man. It all started with the Reebok deal, and fighters can't, not getting a sponsorship. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It all started with that, when they really started taking a hold of really monopolizing the whole fucking thing. And
they literally stole their employees' tip jar by taking that.
Yeah, exactly. They left it out there, and they're just taking everything from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's absolutely disgusting, and they've done it to themselves. They shot themselves in the foot for money. I think a lot of people they're probably going to start walking away from it because it's just not worth it to the investors anymore. I know they still made a lot of money this year, but is that going to start dwindling?
Yeah, it will. I think it will. That's my prediction.
Exactly.
Like I said, MMA's at a place now where they don't need an organization; they just need the fighters, the names.
Well, I think there's still that following behind it, where it's UFC or nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be that for some people. But, I mean, like I said, you see Ngannou on another card, you're going to be like, oh, shit, I'm going to watch that. And that's how you get more viewers on your organization.
If that person's favorite fighter leaves, then their mind may be changed.
Yeah, imagine a card where it's okay, you're going to see Ngannou, you're going to see GSP, you're going to see, all these, huge names, Khabib fighting on it, too, you know what I mean? Imagine that. It'd be crazy.
It would be crazy.
And then you get all these views on it, and then people are going to start watching that. Because, this obviously has the best fighters. The ones that UFC doesn't want to pay for.
Yeah, interesting take. Well then, good to show today. Caught up. It's great to be back in your ears and your headphones at home. You can make sweet love to your partner now with my beautiful voice in the background once again. Not just reruns. Brand new, fresh. To get those juices flowing. Let's get it on. Well then.
Belcher has that juice.
Whoa! And then some. Well then. I just want to give a special shout out to everyone out there listening. The Spotify peeps, love ya. Love me some Spotify. Keep on listening. Keep on downloading. Keep on doing you. Have yourselves a great week out there, folks. We'll see you guys next time
For producer extraordinaire Kelly, my name is Steven, and you've been listening to the New Podcast. Signing out.